What's up, guys? It's the Marauding Chespin here, bringing you a UU battle today that I had with someone called the Rabid Chipmunk on the Smogan Battle Finder. I'm pretty sure he has a YouTube channel, so if I find it, I'll be leaving it in the description below. Let's get right to the team preview. From my team, I have a lead Swampert, a Charge Beam Meloetta, a Subsplit Chandelure, a Life Orb Rush Shaman, a Rapid Spin Hitmontop, and a Scarf Honchkrow. Now going straight to my opponent's team, he has a Roserade, a Heracross, a Rhyperior, a Slowbro, a Zoroark, and a Cofagrigus. Biggest threats I can see are going to be that Zoroark and Cofagrigus, because depending on how they switch in, it can really screw with my team and they can set up with ease. So let's get straight into the battle and see how everything came out. My opponent leads with Roserade and I lead with Swampert. Seeing as this is a terrible matchup, I go to my Chandelure, which gets right smacked in the face with a Choice Specs Leaf Storm, which completely took me off guard because of how uncommon it is. And I basically leave in my Chandelure to hopefully bluff a Scarf, but he just takes me out with a second one. I send out my Honchkrow, which manages to take out his Roserade with a Pursuit, while he sends in a Rhyperior after that. I send in my Shaman just to take the Rock Blast, and I go for the Seed Flare on whatever he wants to switch in, which turns out to be his Heracross. And I switch up my Hitmontop since it's the best thing that I have that can deal with standard Heracrosses. He switches out to his Slowbro, and I predict this, and I use Toxic in order to cripple his wall. I switch out to my Meloetta in order to take the incoming Psychic attack, which turns out to be Psyshock, and I switch out again. I believe I predicted the Thunder Wave, which is why I went out to Swampert so I could sponge that. But instead he switches out to his Rhyperior, and this gives me the opportunity to set up my Stealth Rock for this match. He goes for the Dragon Tail and phases out my Shaman, which is perfect, and I go for yet another Seed Flare. After rocks, he manages still to barely survive the Seed Flare, so I have to switch out to my Hitmontop again in order to take the close combat, which Hitmontop still takes very well. I go for the Sucker Punch just to take him out because I figure after rocks damage he wouldn't want to switch out again. He sends out his Zoroark here, which actually is masked as his Cofagrigus if you look at the team preview, because Illusion takes the form of the last Pokemon in the party. I kind of figured this might have been Zoroark, but I didn't want to take the chance, so I had to switch out to my Honchkrow, and I went for Night Slash, and I revealed that it was Zoroark, and he just takes me out with Flamethrower. I do a little double switching with Meloetta to Hitmontop in order to take the Dark Pulse, in order to Life Orb Solemn, because I figured that he would eventually take himself out with multiple hits. I send out my Swampert here as the final death fodder against this thing. And right now, I believe all he has left is his Rhyperior and Cofagrigus. So I send out my Meloetta. I go for a Psychic because I figure it'll be stronger than Focus Blast due to Solid Rock. And he goes for a Rock Blast, which does a decent amount, honestly. Then he goes out to his... Oh, I forgot about his Slowbro. He goes out to his Slowbro, which takes the Psychic. And I don't know if he figures... Oh, I think that he still has Thunder Wave, which is why I switched out. And still Shaman is quite the best switch into the Slowbro, so I just go for Seed Flare, and I take him out, which is good. He sends out his Cofagrigus next, and I predict the either for him to start setting up or to use Shadow Ball, which Meloetta can handle nicely because it also has a Shadow Ball. And Serene Grace actually kicks in and gives me a special defense drop, which is great because it gives me the chance to just cleanly take him out from here. His last Pokemon, I believe, is the Rhyperior, and I go for another Psychic. He still barely lives on. Rhyperior is so bulky, and he takes me out with an Earthquake. I just send up my Shaman here, and I go for the safe Earth Power just to make sure that I don't miss with Seed Flare, and that was the game. Good game, Rabid Chipmunk, and thank everyone for watching, and have a good day. Thank you.